Following years of corruption at the Broward County Supervisor of Elections (SOE) office, under the leadership of Brenda Snipes, there was a hope that the present SOE, Joe Scott, would help to change the rotting culture. However, Scott's speaking engagement along with a state representative at a radical mosque for an event sponsored by a widely criticized Islamist political advocacy group may cause one to question whether anything has truly changed. In November 2018, then-SOE Brenda Snipes was inauspiciously removed from office by then Florida Governor Rick Scott. The governor cited misfeasance, incompetence and neglect of duty, and accused Snipes of committing fraud. Governor Scott appointed her successor, Republican attorney Peter Antonacci, who stayed on for a single term, to clean up the mess and leave the office in good standing for the next SOE. That SOE would be Democrat and former U.S. Army Captain Joe Scott, who was elected into office in 2020 and sworn in 2021. Prior to the election, Scott stated in a questionnaire provided by the Sun Sentinel, while attacking Antonacci and completely whitewashing the corruption of Snipes, a.s. Broward Supervisor of Elections, "I will represent all eligible voters and work to regain their trust." This past July, SOE Scott and Florida State Representative Marie Woodson visited the Islamic Foundation of South Florida, IFSF, to participate in a town hall meeting discussing how new Florida legislation impacts the Muslim community. It was not the first time Representative Woodson visited IFSF. She was there, in July 2022, celebrating the Muslim holiday Eid al-Adha, wrapped in a headscarf, and posing for photos, one with IFSF's Imam Mufti Sultan Mohiuddin Muhammad. IFSF has a disturbing history of hosting various Islamist groups and individuals at its center. In April 2014, IFSF hosted a talk by Mazen Mokhtar, the former administrator for an al-Qaeda financing, recruitment website Kogaz.net, who has called Hamas acts, heroic and suicide bombings, an effective method of attacking the enemy. IFSF's ex-youth director, Abdur Rahman Al-Ghani, used social media to label Jews, demonic, America the world's #1 terrorist organization, and gays, stone-cold kafirs outside the fold of Islam. According to the South Florida Muslim Federation, SoFlo Muslims, an umbrella group for South Florida's many radical Muslim institutions, the town hall dealt with topics including voting and immigration. During the discussion, SOE Scott attempted to win over the crowd using class warfare, stating, "Our system was really designed to get certain people registered to vote and to leave certain people out. We're making sure that all the homeowners, and everybody who drives a car is registered to vote. And if you're a renter and you ride the bus, you get left out." The event was sponsored by Mgage, an Islamist group that attempts to disguise its extremist agenda as political advocacy. The group's former South Florida director Syed Amar Ahmed, after participating in and losing a debate at a school, said he hates white people, and joked that he should have threatened to blow up the school. The group's founder and former chairman Khurram Wahid is a lawyer for high-profile convicted terrorists and, reportedly, was placed on a federal terrorist watch list himself in 2011. In 2021, Republican senators blocked President Joe Biden's nominee for the #2 post at the Small Business Administration, SBA, Delaware Syed, several times, citing Syed's involvement with Mgage and Mgage's inflammatory positions regarding Israel. Syed eventually received the position, making him the highest-ranking Muslim American in the Biden administration, and would further be appointed by the administration to a post at the State Department. Mgage posted the following on Facebook about the event. Our Mgage Florida team hosted a community conversation with Representative Marie Woodson and Broward County Supervisor of Elections Joe Scott this weekend at Islamic Foundation of South Florida to educate the community on new election laws and the impact on voting. We're excited about the fantastic turnout and appreciate the coalition force we've built in Florida to continue engaging and empowering our community. This coalition force, that Mgage says it has built in Florida, consists of terror-linked organizations, such as the Council on American Islamic Relations, CARE, the Islamic Circle of North America, ICNA, and Islamic Relief, IR, and radical mosques, including Masjid Jamaat al-Mu'minin, MYAM, which promotes on its website texts that label Jews and Christians enemies, and endorse female genital mutilation, death punishments for gays, and domestic violence against women. All of these entities, along with IFSF, Mgage and more, are part of the South Florida Muslim Federation, which works hard to make inroads with South Florida's media and lawmakers. An example of the Federation's efforts took place in June 2022, when it held an award ceremony for 3 members of the Palm Beach School Board, which according to the Federation, was done to thank them for their role in designating a day off for public school students, in recognition of Eid. The event was held at a storefront gym and appeared to be little more than a cheap photo op. One attendee, School Board Vice Chair Karen Brill, after seeing proof of the Federation's extremism, told this author and others that she felt uncomfortable at the event, would give back the award, and would never have any more to do with the group. Question: after seeing proof about the extremism of IFSF and Mgage, will Broward County SOE Joe Scott and Florida State Representative Marie Woodson do the same and have nothing more to do with IFSF and Mgage? Or will they continue to pander to this radical voter faction?